Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. This is Finn from the 211, and today I want to talk to you about gambling. So, I started gambling when I was 18 years old. I worked at a gas station, and it was my birthday. I decided, you know what, I'm going to buy a scratch-off. You got to be 18 in Texas, where I lived at the time, to buy scratch-offs. And, I like the Texans. I liked them when I lived there. I always root for the home team. And so I bought a Texans scratch-off. And I worked with this really cool guy. His name was Edwin at the time. And he was from Louisiana. And we were talking. And he told me that, so many people waste their time and money and energy. And they don't get nothing for it. And he called it the idiot tax. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do this one. It's my birthday, whatever, $5, and I get scratching away, and bam, $20 right there, first time I won. So, I'm thinking, oh, this is a good deal. $5, you get $20. That's awesome. And there was this lady who used to come in almost every single day, and she'd probably buy like $300, $400 worth of scratch off, sometimes like $500 or $600 a day. And I mean, if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be at the gas station. But apparently, she was winning these things because she knew how to do it. But she was buying like $20, $50 scratch offs. She had these favorite ones. She'd buy like half a roll of scratch offs, and something's going on. Either that or she got a rich husband who could support that kind of habit. But, statistics don't lie, folks. And scratch-offs, they pay for themselves because they make money off of them. And they make money because people lose them the majority of the time. So, some people believe there's kind of tricks to scratch-offs. Anyway, I did it for a little while. I ended up losing a little bit of money. I never got crazy or anything like that, but time goes on. I never got addicted to them or anything like that. So I was finally like, okay, I'm not winning these things, whatever, I'm just going to stop. It's not my thing. So time goes by. About 3 years later, I come back to my home in Arizona where I live, and, I live really, really close to the Nevada border. It takes about 15, 20 minutes max drive to go to Bullhead City, Laughlin. And if you know anything about Bullhead City and Laughlin, is that the Colorado River goes right through there, and it's actually like one big town that the river goes through, and the river is the border between Arizona and Nevada in that area. So, right when you cross the river, gambling is legal, and you're in a town called Laughlin. So Laughlin was started by, as you can guess, a gentleman named Don Laughlin. And basically, the whole town was named after him because he started it. He opened the Riverside Casino. I believe it was the first casino there. I mean, he's the pioneer. He's still alive. I still see him in the casino like 90-something years old, just eating his ice cream and walking around, sometimes chit-chatting with people, usually surrounded by a few big security guards, and real nice guy. Say hi to him, take a picture with him. He'll always, let you. He's got a really cool car collection in the Riverside, and, it's old school. It's an old school casino, and it's one of the last ones that it's probably one of the last ones. I mean, I've been in quite a few casinos, and I've only seen one casino that on the regular does single deck blackjack. And so, me, I'm a risk taker. I like to take my chances. So I have some good friends in this area who also like to gamble. And so I go with one of my best friends. His name is Wee, and he's from Thailand. So we go there, and I'm still kind of new. I've been studying, the rules on how to play blackjack, and, we played a few games for, a few weeks, and practiced basically just the rules so that way I could get it down. And also, the dealers are really nice, and I've learned a lot of things from the dealers, because the dealers most of the time are your friends, and they do want you to win, because that's how they make their money, is you winning, then they get tipped. Because dealers actually make somewhere close to minimum wage. It's not that great of money. And, I'm sure they have a very stressful job, watching people lose more money than they will, make in like a whole year in 10 minutes, and then not even, leave nothing for them, or just, watch people win, and then they're like, oh shit, I should have been gambling, sitting here making minimum wage. But, it's a back and forth thing. So it does have a symbiosis, and gambling is gambling. And, I'm gonna say the old phrase, Vegas wasn't built by winners. Well, Laughlin was not built by winners. It was built by people with pensions, retirement checks, social security checks, and benefits, who are old and love to go waste their money there instead of helping other people or doing whatever they want to do, with the money that could be better. They love to go there and burn it. So that's how it works, But I will say that there is people who are good at gambling, and there is professional gamblers. And if you can keep your senses about you and you know what you're doing, then you can take what I like to call a calculated risk. And actually, that's how I've made most of my money this last year, is by taking calculated risks at the casino. So we go to the casino, pardon me and my friend, and I take like $200 with me, right? And I end up putting this is cash, and it's all on $20 bills. I end up putting $20 on black on roulette. So here's how I look at it. Roulette. All right. So we're gonna start it off this way. There's a 50% chance of red, 50% chance of black. So that's not gonna work in a casino game, because you have to have the odds in the house's favor, or else there would be no house. That's how they make their money. So they have what's called 0 and double 0. And basically, the odds of getting roulette if you're doing black or red are somewhere around like 40 to 48%. It varies. I can't remember the exact statistic, but here's my logic. All right, so I'm simplifying this in my mind, right? We're just gonna pretend the game is 50-50. All right, so let's say the game is 45% chance that you hit red, 45% chance that you hit black, and the other 10% will be the double zeros, okay? So say that you're just going to gamble on red or black. You have a choice, right? Well, the odds for those two colors are the same, but here's the thing. In this universe, at the end of the day, we could look a million years from now into the past and look at this roulette table, and I guarantee you that it will have hit black or red more, one or the other. So your best odds are to choose one, okay? Just choose one. And so I'm like, okay, here's where the betting and the gambling comes in. I'm taking a risk by saying, okay, I believe that looking back at this table, 1,000 years from now, and if we could see how many times it went black or red, I'm putting my money that this particular table, and this is the gamble, that this particular table is going to go black more than it's going to go red. And that comes from me actually watching this table and just taking, kind of an instinctual guess about, which way the future which is unwritten, it's just a guess, is going to be. So, say for example, I'm right, and this table hits black more often than red. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with black for the rest of my life. That's my choice on the roulette table. I'm sticking with black, and, it's just how it is. If it was going back and forth, it wouldn't be the same, because, I'm taking a bet here. But, this is all basically pseudo-math. It doesn't really mean anything. It's all basically, metaphysics. Who knows the future? There's probably infinite possibilities that are unwritten or all written, happening spontaneously at the same time. But you also do have to take into account psychic energy. That if you make a decision and an intent in your mind to focus on something, that your biomechanical energy will go into the universe and could affect the universe in that way. So could other people's around you. So it depends on the power and the balance and all of that. It's a fishbowl of swarm going on, but that's what karma is. Well, I put $20 on the table, on black, right? I hit it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this $200 that I have and put it back in my pocket, because now I have $20 of the casino's money, and I'm just going to play with the casino's money. That's one of the rules that I like to play by. I would rather take a small amount of money and see if I win, and see if I can play with the casino's money. And if you can play with the casino's money and just start with a small amount, if you don't win, then stop. That's the calculated risk. If you do win, play with the casino's money, and that's the best way to go, and know when to walk away. So, basically, I'm sitting there at the roulette table, and it keeps going black. It's gone red a few times, but I keep taking I keep taking a portion of the chunk of the money and putting it back, putting bigger amounts. Next thing I know, I have $2,500 on the roulette table. And you know what? Finally, I'm like, okay, it's time to walk away, because I really kind of need this money. But it was amazing. So I get free rooms there all the time now, and I frequently go there. And I like to play blackjack, and I like to play roulette. Well, when you play blackjack, it's also a similar thing, because it's basically card roulette. But you do have the benefit when you play blackjack, because single deck blackjack is where the money's at. That's actually where the money really is at. And there is an odd that is in your favor that you can use to your advantage. You don't have to count cards to use this, but you do have to be familiar with the deck of cards. And if you have good instincts when it comes to cards and how a deck of cards is actually structured and how it works, it's like the seasons. It's like a big circle. It keeps going round and round and round, back and forth and back and forth. So if you can get an instinctual vibe for that rhythm, depending on how many players there is, if they're good at the game, they know the rules or not, because you don't want to play with idiots who are going to take the dealer's bust card, because you do want the dealer to bust, and that's part of the game as well. You have to know how to play, so you don't want to play with idiots. You can take a calculated risk, and you can win. To this day, a year and a half later, I still have not lost money at the casino. I mean, I lost money at the casino, but in the bigger picture, I've still gotten more money from the casino than I have lost. And so, it's a very interesting thing to think about. Well, gambling can be very addictive. So, if you have an addictive personality or are friends with other gamblers who do have an addictive personality, keep in mind, somebody who's addicted to gambling is basically addicted to fucking crack. Because gambling is like crack for some people. And they will steal, lie, cheat, do anything to get their fix, because they think they who win, and then when they don't win, they will continue to feel like their only option is to get a jackpot. Or if they have won in the past, they think they could do it again and again and again, and that's not necessarily how it works. But there is some factors you can keep in mind when you go to the casino, is that the casino is a vortex of energy. And if it's a busy night with good energy and, good good vibes from the universe, like the stars are aligned, and there's a lot of money in the casino because there's a lot of players, then it's like an oil. It gets the machine rolling, okay? If there's a lot of money going through the casino and the gears are going, your chances, if you know what you're doing and you know how to take calculated risks, are a lot higher to get some of that money because it's going into the casino, it's also coming out at a higher rate. So I want you to keep that in mind. And if you're ever in Bullhead City or Laughlin, be careful. Don't go crazy. Visit Don Laughlin's Riverside Casino because it's probably hands down one of the best casinos in Nevada. And, have fun. Do not gamble unless you're having fun, okay? Don't gamble your kid's college tuition. Don't do it. Don't gamble any money that you need. Take what I like to call a calculated risk. Take a set amount of money that you are willing to lose, that you can walk away from, and if you win, put some of that money back in your pocket and play with the casino's money. Okay? So, that's just a little bit of gambling advice from Finn, and I hope to see you on my channel next time, to 211. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification buttons because this is the second episode. The first episode's on my other channel, but this is going to be the new permanent channel, so we're going to get this thing going, and we're going to have a lot of fun, so, alright.